Hello and welcome back everyone to the video series dedicated to a season of the challenge that loves to get a good hit on you. That's right, we're talking about The Challenge Season 25 Free Agents Episode 9, and let's start off where last episode left off, and that was Laurel and Cara winning against Anissa and Preston in the Oppenheimer elimination in Episode 8, and now they are part of the last 12 people left in this game, so close to the finals. And when we go back to the challenge house, Cara is celebrating his elimination win by having Nany give him a makeover on the couch, and Laurel is talking out her strategy about what's going to happen the rest of the game, and she's talking to Johnny and Cara and saying that with so little people left in the game, it's going to be tough decisions from here on out, and Cara is thinking maybe they're not like super tough decisions because, hey, you could take my name off the list of people that you would have to say to be throwing into eliminations because, hey, we're best friends, right? And Laurel's like, maybe not. It's really coming down hard because I like Nany. Jessica's really nice. I don't want to say Devin's name because I've made deals with her. And if I have to say anybody's name, it's going to be really, really tough. And then Cara's still like, yeah, except it's not going to be tough not saying my name, right? And then Laurel's like telling Cara to shut up. She's so annoying, just shut your mouth. And it's frustrating for Cara because she's trying to understand where Laurel is coming from, but Laurel, I have no idea where she's coming from with this conversation. It's like, know the room, know the audience, and why not just reassure Cara that you're not going to say her name when in all actuality, Laurel just doesn't care. Whether you're a friend or not, she doesn't care really about you or the friendship, and Cara is frustrated. She's calling Laurel ugly in her confessional, saying, why would you talk to even a friend that way? And they split apart, and spoiler alert, they really don't talk to each other for the rest of the episode, and they're supposed to be BFFs. Instead of Laurel and Cara being friends in the episode, now it's Laurel and Jessica being friends, and they're talking about their boyfriends and showmances within this episode. They're talking about Dustin, they're talking about Jordan, and then Cara's trying to go to bed while they're in the room talking pretty loudly, and this is like the bane of Cara's existence within the challenge house, of people talking while she's trying to sleep. This happened in Fresh Meat 2. I know there's a daily challenge coming up, and I just want some sleep to do well in the daily challenge. Speaking of the daily challenge, let's go to this week's daily challenge called Dugout. For this daily challenge, for this episode Dugout, there will be a women's heat and a men's heat, and in those heats, that's when everyone will be paired off with a partner. And this is essentially T-Bone elimination from Rivals. And if you haven't seen Rivals or know what the T-Bone elimination is, it's when you and your partner are going to be on opposite sides of this like whole contraption. You're going to run down while other people are going to be running down as well. There's going to be some blind spots. There's probably going to be some hits. And what you're going to have to do is run across and transfer a ball from your side to your partner's side, and you're gonna have to do that until all your balls are transferred. The first man and woman team to do this wins safety and gets to vote in one man and one woman into the elimination. But let's get into these teams. The first team captains is Devin, Teresa, and Cara, and Devin has the first pick, and of course she's gonna pick Laurel, which is a great pick. Teresa picks Nany, and of course Jessica is going to be picked last, and she's playing on Cara's team, and Cara and her are like not seeing eye to eye, and that's thanks in part to Laurel, and there's like a friendship triangle going on right now, but they are partners, and just knowing that going into this daily challenge spells disaster for their team, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Then we have the men's captains, and it's CT, Kahutta, and Johnny. CT having the first pick is going to pick Zach, and I think Bananas says it perfectly after CT says that he's picking Zach, and Bananas goes, well, see you all in the draw. The two biggest guys, and if you're gonna hit into them in this daily challenge, you're done, because they're gonna get the best of you. Kahutta picks Bananas, and then Johnny picks Leroy. We move into the first round of this daily challenge Dugout with the women's heat. Now TJ blows this horn, and it is off to a banging start, literally, as Cara and Nany collide right in the beginning. They are the first two down there, and they collide hard, head on head for the rest of this round. They take their time, they're going up and down, they're considerate of each other, everyone's doing their thing. Laurel's actually taking her time in this. Like, Devin is pissed off because she's on her team, and she's like, Laurel should be passing me with how tall she is, with how long her legs are. She should be passing me, and we're just like neck and neck with each other. And so then we're getting down to the final minutes. It's neck and neck between Teresa and Nany and Cara and Jessica, as Jessica has one ball left. If Jessica could just transfer her last ball over on her side, this would be it, and Cara and Jessica will be locked in into the top 10. And when Jessica grabs her ball, she does not see that Devin is coming down on her side, and her and Devin just like pancake each other. Jessica's ball go flying, and then that's where it just opens the door wide open for Nany and Teresa to transfer their last ball. They win. We have Nany just dripping blood down her nose, and they are locked in. They're in the top 10, and they get to vote in somebody into the elimination. Now we get to the men's round, and my goodness, when TJ blows that horn, CT and Zach are like shot out of a cannon. They are the first ones to transfer balls. They're going up and down, and the rest of the men are super looking out for CT and Zach. They get off to a fast start, and they don't let up. We only get one really good hit, and it was Leroy and CT. They were kind of running at each other, and they are super big dudes, and they kind of just body check each other as they keep on moving along. Johnny, I have to say, is dropping the ball literally in this episode. He's like throwing this thing worse than Adam in Rivals. I mean, he is picking up balls from his side, he's transferring them. Leroy is having to do double duty, going back and forth, having to take back the balls and putting them in. And like I said, CT and Zach had this once CT said Zach in the team picking, and that's who exactly wins. So the two winning teams is Nany and Teresa, Zach and CT, and I liked what this episode did. On the van ride home, there's two vans, and one van is just the 4 winners, and the rest of the teams have to be put into the other vans. As they're making their way back to the challenge house, they use that as the team deliberation, and Zach just like completely takes over and is like, we only have really 4 options here. For the women's, we can vote in either Jessica or Devin, and the other one we can either put in Leroy or Kahutta. And Nany is like having an ice pack on her head after that big old hit that her and Cara did, and Zach is like giving her a headache on top of her concussion, because she is like, I don't want to say Kahuta's name. Kahutta was just put into an elimination last episode. I don't want to lose him. After everybody comes back to the house, they get all dressed up and they head out to the bar, and they're out at the bar, and we learned a few things while at the bar. Laura calls Cara a kid, so there is no resolution in sight for their friendship. Johnny has a weird feeling about the vote for the next day, so he's not drinking that much, and Teresa is trying to cut deals with Leroy. She's trying to be like, hey, if I don't say your name, what will you do for me? And Leroy's like, nah, I'm not going to make any deals. And I think it's smart, because Leroy, when you're looking at the 3 people that he could possibly go into, even if he's voted into the elimination, guaranteed to go into this elimination, he's looking at who he's going to be going up against or possibly going up against, and I think he has a great shot against anybody. If you're looking at these people, he's either going to go up against Johnny, Riley, Kahutta, or Bananas. If I'm Leroy, the only person I don't want to go up against is Bananas. He won 2 eliminations so far this season, and he's your best friend. But if you're going up against Johnny or Kahutta, who you have a good foot on them, and so much more body mass on them, and so much more muscular, I think that if I've seen any of the eliminations this season, they're all physical. You could take them on in anything, head to head, whether it's the Wrecking Wall, whether it's Looper, whether it's Balls In or the Oppenheimer. I have my money on Leroy against any one of these other competitors that he could possibly go into. So he's saying, nah, I'm fine. I'm just going to take my chances. And so we get into the voting ceremony, and Jessica is voted in unanimously. It's her rookie season, nobody has strong ties to her, and some of the guys are worried that if they are paired with her in the finals, that they're not going to get a good time and they're going to not have a shot to win. So they vote her in 4-0, and then the next vote is a little bit interesting, but not really, as it comes down to a 3-1 vote where Kahutta is voted into an elimination. He's going to go see back-to-back eliminations. Nany, of course, is the only one that did not vote Kahutta in. She decided to vote in Johnny Riley. So before the elimination, or before they leave for the elimination, Nany is spending as much time with Kahutta as possible, but we move on to the elimination, and as everyone's walking in, they're seeing that this is going to be Balls In. We saw this being played in episode 1 and episode 5, so we have to get to the draw. Devin goes up first and she flips her card over and it is blank. Bananas goes up there and does not do the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. He just flips over a card and it is blank. Cara goes up there, she flips over the middle card and it is the kill card. Oh, this is her third elimination, and this is like perfect storytelling to this episode, with Cara and Laurel's friendship bottoming out and Laurel gravitating towards Jessica, then Cara and Jessica having to be put together on the daily challenge, and then they lose it together and now they have to go up against each other. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like Shakespearean almost. And then we have Johnny going up there and he flips over his card and it is blank, thus leaving Leroy with the kill card, and he's going to be going up against Cohutta, which, if you're Cohutta, this is almost like a reimagining of the Laurel versus Jasmine in Balls In earlier this season. I mean, Cohutta has a big heart and you always want to see him do well, but when he's going up against a beast like Leroy in a very physical elimination, I just don't know. I mean, I'm sitting there going like, oh, Cohutta, like, ugh. So the women are getting ready and they're up first into this Balls In, and the first round on either side is 0-0. And let me tell you right now, Jessica is like Preston in my opinion this season. She's consistently picked last in most, or if not all, the daily challenge for this season. However, she's done her best work in those daily challenges. She's never like weighed down her team. She's always come close. And then she comes into this elimination going up against a strong opponent and she holds her own. She takes Cara all the way to 4 rounds and Cara seals this win in by a score of 2-0. I mean, this is strong wrestling matches time after time after time, whether Jessica is on defense, whether she's on offense, and Cara even hurts herself on one of the rounds where she's like holding her arm, but the adrenaline is pumping so much that she's just giving it her all, and it's not until the elimination is over, Jessica is being sent back home, that Cara joins the rest of everybody up on the bridge, and then she's just sitting there going like, my arm is killing me, I have to go get medical attention for this. And CT's sitting there going like, rub some dead on it, I don't know why he's Australian. CT's like, put some dirt on it, put some ice on it, it'll be fine. But she goes and checks it out in the medical tent and the medical ambulance outside the elimination rounds. And we see it after the credits are going and everything that they're having to send her to get some x-rays and she is freaking out. But before we get into all that, let's go into the men's rounds. And this was over before it even began. I mean, Leroy is throwing Cohutta around like a rag doll. Leroy is having his way with him as he's on offense, and he's just dunking this ball over and over and over again. Leroy looks like Shaq on the LA Lakers when he was just dominant, and he is just dunking this ball into this trash can. Leroy wins by a score of 3-0. He shuts out Cohutta and scores all the time he has on there. Leroy wins, sending Cohutta home, but Cohutta gets a goodbye kiss and even lingers on there a little too long, where TJ's like, all right, Cohutta, you gotta go. Like, please, you gotta leave, man. You did a great job, but come on, you gotta go. So Cohutta and Jessica are being sent out of there, and now we have the top 10, the final 10 left in this game. We're gonna have to wait and see. It's coming down to the nitty-gritty, but what do you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. What did you think about the daily challenge? What did you think about the Laurel Cara friendship being broken up in this episode? Who was in the wrong and who was in the right? Which side are you taking, Laurel or Cara's? Let me know that in the comment section below. And what did you think about this elimination in the Balls In? Who were you rooting for? And what do you think? Who are you rooting for? And let me know anything and everything you have to say about this episode. But thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really, really soon with more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.